Clearly.
This vampire bat lady. What?
Vampire bat ladies, but they have to have drugs. He's not interested in the sober kind.
No. Like, I like them out of their vices, you know? Besides murdering people for sustenance.
A vampire wolf lady, unacceptable.
Unacceptable. No, too
Even
hairy.
if she has
really.
drugs.
You know, I don't. It's not the 1970s anymore. You know.
She does look quite hairy on the token. I must admit. You know, if you click a token and then press Z on your keyboard, does anything happen?
A loading icon appears. Oh, and then it pops up real big.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm ugly.
Oh, that's hot. I like that.
So can you do it on the actual beast?
No, because you can't click on her.
You can't select her. All right.
No, you can't target.
I could do it on everyone.
We cannot kill what we cannot target.
Yeah, I was just wondering whether or not that gap is big enough for her to get through, but I'll cross that.
There's a little sign on the wall here saying gap closed.
Yeah.
I'll moon her from afar and see if I can track her.
Yeah, Cyrus is definitely hiding behind a tree there. I'm pretty near sure of that. Bartleby's in direct line of sight. You're very brave, Bartleby, I must say.
And I'm the one who's always calling him cowardly.
Yeah. So, right, let's get a move on. Let's see what actually happens. So just for everybody, so everybody's aware, what we'll do tonight is that we'll finish this battle and then tie the adventure up, and then I've told the players how many experience points they have, and so they can then invest them. We'll do the rolling beforehand, and then I'm going to start you off again. Anybody who survives, we'll probably start back at Lindo or here. Okay, I haven't decided. It depends what the next adventure brings. There will be an opportunity for anybody to take the scary lady, Cyrus, as a contact, you know, if you want to be friendly to her once more at the end of the session. So the party is really at the end of Sleeping Errwood. They've really worked hard. They've unpicked everything. And they're now sort of like faced with the grand finale of the session. So before I let them start to play, I'll the players an opportunity to say who they are and the characters that they are playing tonight. And we start off with you, Mr. Bartleby.
I am Mr. Pickles, and I play Mr. Bartleby Fumus, a theist who serves the light moon goddess Amriel, and through her, he's able to channel a lot of powers that are mostly around healing, helping, repairing, giving strength, and giving energy when it's most needed. He's able to call on her to bring down protective shield around himself or give people a lesser protective shield. He's able to put body parts back onto people, do all sorts of wonderful things like that. Beyond his abilities serving Amriel, he has a number of professional skills that help the party. He's got a lot of knowledge about bureaucracy, some commerce. He's got healing knowledge, as one would expect, but he's also has a lot of historical knowledge of the land and knowledge of various monsters and probably mostly folklore in that area. He's not very good in combat. And I've said before, he tends to be more cowardly, though getting that shield from Amriel may have diminished that slightly. But he's not a combatant. He can swing his club all he wants, but he often has done negative damage. And with that, we'll pass the torch to Medivac.
As I was opening my beer, thank you very much. Hi all, yes. I'm Medivac and I play Hazard Khan. He is a fighter, a tracker, and he wears light armor. It's quilted armor he wears. If you ever saw him without his armor, though, you would notice one of his arms is black and burned from his really first time he was with this group, where he went to save them and tried to pick up this what's called a seed. which was a power thing. He has no knowledge what it really was, but when he touched it, all his arm up to his shoulder went black. He's never been able to cure it or find anybody who could cure it. So he's always kept it covered up, which is why very rarely you will see him without his armor. He's a very good lump hefting, as Inwils mentioned on his podcast.
I did.
I was hoping he was going to say something about Ulrich, but he never did.
No, I certainly did not.
Yes, he's very good at that, which was a competition in a village. They went on the other side of the continent, where they had to roll a very, very, very large pig. And it was called lump hefting. And I won, surprisingly, because I'm not the strongest. And Hengist became a lump hefter too. Sorry, excuse me, hiccups. Yes. Enough of that. He's now become very
You can't follow that. You can't follow lump hefting.
He's become attuned with his totem. He's got a little tooth on his neck. It's a jaguar tooth. And it speaks to him with more empathy than words. And he's coming to learn about that at the moment, and that's a big thing. So at night time, you may see him just sat there staring into the sky with maybe a bit of smoke drifting by his face. You never know. Depends what you can find around the area. And with that, I shall pass on to Captain Kangaroo.
Buddy, I'm Captain Kangaroo. Thank you very much, Hazard. Medevac. Tonight I'm playing Cyrus Alias. He's like the Tom Cruise of the group. He's really full of himself. He's short, talented really. But the only difference, he's not in a cult, because that's obviously Bartleby. Cyrus is the other sorcerer or the other magic user in the group. He was able to murder people with just his mind, but he's also able to murder people with his very large phallic weapon that he rolls around as a fiery tip.
That sounds like an infected fiery.
Yeah, well, he did start getting that fiery tip after hanging out in the southern duct area of, but it's fun. It sometimes burns him, but mostly it burns others. That's what you really want to go for. He's able to handle himself, and hopefully he handles himself in this final fight, and doesn't die a horrible, humiliating death. From there, I'm going to pass the mic to our GM Inwils.
Yeah. So yeah, the party have another character with them, somebody called Ulrich, that is actually controlled by myself, and the party know little about him. Only that his master Vex has sent him to learn from the party in their exploits. So the group are coming to the end of the adventure. They have been hired by Count Bastion, who is the leader at Lindo, a town away up to the northeast of their current position, because the trade route between Lindo and Errwood collapsed. There was some kind of issue, and Errwood is a timber village that supplies a lot of wood to Lindo, and Count Bastion wanted the wood to build his flagship of his new armada. The party picked up on as they left Lindo, a character called the lady, who came down with her guards and her servants, claiming that her husband had come down early and never returned, and she wanted to meet him. And the party quite kindly brought Milady down and looked after her. Cyrus got very affectionate with her at one point, but once they arrived at Errwood, she sort of like took a back seat in the activities. The party found Errwood completely asleep, as if something had cast a spell over them. And through Hazra's tracking, they've noticed that one of the timber routes into the forest was getting very close to a dryad's sacred grove. And it was the dryads who had cast sleep onto the village. The party had a word with the Dryad, and Bartleby used his voice spell and his influence world to try to persuade them that the party were not all bad and that they could do something to help to keep the Sacred Grove safe, as well as bringing Errwood back from sleep and creating the timber route once again. They had decided that at the end of the last adventure, Cyrus, Bartleby and Ulrich would travel back to Lindo, while Hazra, the nature type person, would actually stay and make sure that everything was complied to until word came back from Lindo. Party, really pleased with themselves, headed back to the village, arrived at Errwood to find this hideous female beast with the body, the crunched up body and the bleeding body of my lady's so-called husband that she had found earlier on. And that is where we ended it. So as you can imagine, we're going to go straight into combat rounds. I'm assuming, just so you all know, that you all have weapons drawn. There's no need to spend any actions drawing weapons, etc. Remember, your luck points have all been returned to you, and your magic points will not, because we haven't had a night's sleep or anything like that. So if you've got magic points, a depletion of magic points or devotion pool, then that will be set how it is. Okay, and I have the initiative tracker already done. So if you would like to make sure that you click on your character's token, and then you can roll your initiatives, and we'll get straight into it without any further ado.
I got maybe one of my best rolls.
Exactly. Oh,
Nice.
Cyrus goes before me though, since we got the same roll.
okay.
His
Then.
initiative is higher.
Brilliant. Thank
That's
you.
right. That is right. I just want to remind everyone that just because she is hideous doesn't mean her personality isn't gorgeous.
Yeah. Sorry, Bartleby. Cyrus goes before Bartleby. Yeah.
Correct.
Is that it? Okay, then. Cool. So yeah, she will go first on 23. Okay, then. So she's currently has this body in her mouth that you can see quite clearly from your distance that she has sort of like almost like bit it in two, and she sort of like flings it off to one side, and there's this wet thud as the body hits the ground. She then looks at you all at the far end of the corridor, that tunnel, which is slightly too big for her, but she does move in to here, and then as she does that, she will roll her attack at Ulrich, who is right. This is a claw attack coming in. Come on, roll. Yeah, she sort of like swipes round with her claw, and sort of like almost like tries to backhand Ulrich. Ulrich doesn't use a point or anything like that to parry anything. Remember, he actually has his ward location, which is up and ready. So she hits him in his 17, which is actually his left arm that actually has ward location on. So that means he effectively parries the blow. He doesn't need to roll it or anything like that. And she sort of like swipes through with with her claw, and it does. He reduces it to half because of the size of his shield, and that doesn't go near him at all. So he's still got his action. He's just warded location, which is a free action. So that's him. That's her done. Hazra, you're up.
Hazra's seen this beast appear, and he's almost likening it to the dream he had about Christoph, because it's a similar situation with the alleyway. The four of us here, although Ulrich wasn't here, it was Hengist. And he's a bit nervous. But over that, he does kind of force himself, in a sense, to move forward and just come to here.
Yeah.
He's not going to attack. He's going to just take a bracing action.
Okay.
Because he's still unsure. He's not sure that it's, in a sense, is real or not. So he will move to there. He'll have his spear there, and he will use an action. Can I ward location with a spear? I can, can't I?
Yeah, you can ward location with a spear, but it will mean that as soon as you attack with the spear or parry with the spear, it's no longer ward located.
Yeah. So I would do that, and I'd do my my right arm. Well, I'm going to do. I'm going to write it down. That was that red herring. And with that, I shall end my turn.
Okay then. Cyrus, you're up.
Let's put a spotlight really quick. I want to put a spotlight on the combat style of this person. You called it savage seduction with
I like it.
bite and grapple. I just want to. The only thing that's missing is spank, I assume. But
would that be a grapple or a claw?
It might be grapple. It's definitely unarmed for sure. But I want to put a spotlight on that.
I really like
appreciate it.
Savage seduction, especially since I know what happened in the caravan.
It's all right. Cyrus is a very fond man. A very fond man.
He likes to fondle. All right. So should I keep Hazard alive or take the glory for myself? Which one would Cyrus do? We all know it's the latter, but it'd probably take me two turns or two turns to probably reinforce Hazra. Screw it. I'm going to do Rack.
Okay.
And focus it on.
So you'll
the big.
So you're going to have to use one shaping point, aren't you, to increase the range? But that'll be it. So it'll take you 2 turns to get that spell off. So this is turn 1 as you start to cast it. Okay, and Bartleby, you're up next.
Bartleby doesn't have an inner monologue like all of his friends. He just immediately calls upon his goddess to guide the spear of my ally in front of me.
Okay.
I'm hoping that I'm able to do that because he's not actively engaged. He's just braced.
He's not engaged, yeah. Otherwise, if he was engaged, I would just make it 1 difficulty harder.
That's right. That's how we handle that. All right, here's my folk magic.
Yeah. So if he was in combat, it wouldn't have worked. But it does.
I would have paid to reroll.
Yeah, it does. So take off the magic point, and Hazra, please do make a note. You can stick an icon on yourself, and then you'll remember. So you now have blade sharp on your spear, and that brings us to Ulrich, who mutters some alien world words that you've heard him muttering before, he sort of like, it's almost like sounds like like that. And he is going to do that. And then, why is that not rolling? Oh, this is the one that I need. Junk. Yeah. So he starts casting his spell. Yeah. And that brings us to the end of that round and takes us back up to the top for round 2. And the nasty lady sees you approaching, Hazra, even though you're braced but not ready, not attacking. She's had a go at Ulrich and met his shield, so she takes a swing at yourself with a savage seduction, and she will hit. So you can. So it's up to you now. Your spear is ward locating one area, so you can either leave it. I'll do my damage roll, and then it will, if it hits the area that you're warding location, it will automatically be parried. Okay, just like anything. Or you can negate your ward location and use a parry roll.
No, I'm gonna stick with my ward location, which is left leg.
Okay then.
I changed it, you see, because left leg.
So yeah. Okay then. So if
I was also thinking about using a point of luck to make you.
You can do that. That's absolutely fine.
No.
I'm quite happy.
I don't think it changes anything here, but you do have that over 100 level spirit skill.
Yeah, that's a good point actually, because oh no, he would only get that if he parries. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So I will re-roll my attack roll.
No,
Nice.
No, don't re-roll your attack roll. No. I said I could, not I would.
All right.
No.
Do you want to?
Gosh, no.
Okay
It's
then.
not the last 15 minutes, is it?
Exactly. So are you just
I'm going to parry it. I'm going to break my dinkley and see what it hits. I'm going to parry it.
Okay, go for it.
The left leg, I bet, isn't it? But it's going to, no, abdomen. Oh, is that 8? Is that location?
Yeah, you'll need to do. I was going to give you the choice because you said I rolled it before you said you were parrying. So I was going to roll it again, or I'll keep it, whichever one you want if you're parrying.
Here we go.
Slap that stomach. Ooh.
Yeah. So therefore, you actually parry. You will have a defensive special that you can use.
I think I know what I'm going to do as well.
So this is how big's your spear?
It's medium, isn't it? If memory serves me.
Yeah. So you're going to take.
Oh no, it's large. So it's reach. No, size medium, reach long.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you will take.
Only when he's excited.
You will take 3 points of damage halved. So it'd be 1 point of damage, which your armor will hold, won't it?
It will. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, but you do have a defensive special that you can use if you wish to.
I thought overextend was. That's the attack one, isn't it? Oh no, overextend opponent. Yes, please.
Yeah.
So I want to force him to as she swipes at him, he wants to block the arm and get a slight graze on his armor, but then lean further back, so she leans too much forward and stumbles a little bit, so she can't hopefully do anything next. gives us a moment of respite.
Yeah, is it just that the attack? Yeah, I can't attack the next turn, isn't
Next
it?
turn. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So she won't be able to attack on turn 3. Cyrus, you're on. No, sorry,
No,
Hazra,
me.
it's your turn now. Yeah.
With that, again, I can see her stumble, overextend, and then go back. And with that, I shall thrust my spear forward.
And this will be your last action point, won't it?
Yes, I only have 2. Oh,
I hope you don't have
no,
2.
I've got 3 action. I've got 3 action points.
Yes.
Yes, it was my last one. Yes, because
Yeah.
one. Yeah. So there we go. 81 out of 108.
Yeah. So she will quite naturally. What is your over? What is it? 108.
108. Yes. Yeah.
So I need to take 8 off my roll of this one as she tries to parry it. Yeah. So she does parry it. So you need to give me hit location and then damage. And then I'll take half of that damage to that hit location. 9. All right, just to let you know, this beast, as you can probably see from the token, is not a normal everyday beast. So she has rear legs, hindquarters, front legs, chest, right arm, left arm, head. Okay, so a 9 is her 4 quarters that you've whacked in. So do some damage and then I can halve it.
There we go. Blade sharp. Already set
Oh,
up
yes.
ages ago. That's really rubbish. That's the lowest score I could possibly get, which is a 1+1.
Do you want to know? Can I just say that my damage was the lowest one I could get. So that would be 1 damage in her her armor, her natural armor takes.
Yeah, we'll take it. Yeah.
And Cyrus, you are up now, and so your spell will go off at the end of this your turn. So I need an invocation roll from you.
All right. Let's do it. All right. Let's do it. It's fine. It's fine. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. And here we go.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you fire it off. I need a 1d20. Do I have a? I don't. I think I have a resistance roll. I think I have an evade.
Let me.
It was endurance with rack.
Is it endurance?
It is.
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's evade, but I might be wrong.
I'm not a sorcerer, so
It's evade.
Yes.
you win this time, inwils.
So here is. I've got so many sheets open here. Evade. Boom. Ooh, and she fails her. Oh, look. Actually, I'm going to use a point of luck.
You reverse it.
No, and roll it again.
Where's she got put look from?
Who used the point? Somebody used a point of luck, didn't they?
No.
No one's used a point like this round. No, this game.
I wasn't sure if they boiled
You
over.
thought I was going to.
Oh, but you didn't. Okay, then I'll.
Well, no, seriously, if you want to use it, you can use it there. Because
Not at all. Not at all.
It-
So
Give us all extra one.
you need
yeah,
to
we get one if you use one.
Do you know, there's 2 things that we need to discuss about that.
I heard the podcast and I agree that you should.
Yeah, because it's like at the end of an adventure, you all use your luck up, but I can't use it back at you. So the question is whether or not my luck, just like your luck refreshes, mine carries over. So even if you're using it in the last 5 minutes, there's still a consequence.
Yours should carry over to the last 5 minutes, and after that, it doesn't.
Yeah, then it just disappears. Yeah. Or for the
It's
first
been a great strategy so far.
10 minutes of the adventure, I could use it, and then the next adventure, and then
Do
that's
you know what? The point of luck thing makes you think twice as much about using a point of luck on something that I won't say trivial, but something that,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Yeah.
And I think that's why I should be able to carry it over, because you would still have that 5 minutes before the end.
Mm.
You know, that goes. Anyway, we'll talk about that.
But then you're the GM and you can just sit in a room for 5 minutes. Go,
Yeah. and just make things randomly attack you. We have to use up the luck. Sorry, Cyrus, you need a 1d20 for hit location. Then I need some damage. I think it bypasses natural armor. No,
It does.
Does it?
It does. Yeah. The only I think sorcery does. The one that didn't would be the fire blade, which was not sorcery, which is folk magic.
Oh no, random. Worn armor does not protect, but natural armor points reduce damage as normal. Yeah. Okay, so what's your intensity? That would be set by your
Intensity is 7.
7. So that would be a 1d8 to my 9.
And
3. Now that's quite a good hit actually, because it hits the same place as Hazra whacked with his spear. He didn't get through the armor, but you do actually get through the armor, which means that you can probably guess how many armor points she has on that location now.
let's put some assumptions here.
Okay,
yeah.
So you sort of like this is like flaming tentacles, isn't it? If I remember rightly.
I should shout like, "This was for friend zoning me," or something.
Like a bit of a fiery whip crack. Yeah, so it's round her. It's attached to her 9. Remember, next turn, you can either leave it there and just carry on doing damage, or you can reattach it by rolling a 1d20 again and attach it to something else. It's up to you, as long as your concentration remains. That's Cyrus. And Bartleby, you're on 18.
I would like to use a miracle on Hazaret, even though I know that's going to be hard now. I would like to create a shield of my goddess that will cloak him in protection and show how awesome he is, and maybe scare her away.
Nice.
Here's my exhort on hard.
Yeah, that's nice. So that doesn't require a resistance roll or anything like that. You touch him, so that shield. So you need to decide. You get ward location points, don't you?
Yeah, and I get it at the same size as an enormous shield.
Wow.
How many locations would that do? I guess I have a book open. I should figure this out.
I can...
All the locations.
Yeah. Everything.
I just put a little tank on you.
Everything apart from your head. That's,
My wings like a shield of steel.
Oh, what was that bat thing?
I think.
Yeah. How big's your shield?
Enormous. A step above huge, but not quite colossal yet.
Yeah. So
That's
does
frightening.
it? So a huge shield blocks 5 locations. So what's yours?
Enormous.
So
1 step above huge.
Yeah. So it'll guard 6 locations.
So head, shoulders, knees and toes.
Yeah.
Knees and toes.
So you need to, if you click on your passive block table, Mr. Pickles, for Bartleby's, so you identified those. Is that nearly 1, 2, 3.
There's only 7 hit locations. So I'm going to say, just to make this easy, everything except your left leg, because you seem to have that under control.
Yes, left leg. Now everything's going to come at left leg.
That's right. Yeah,
But you can still fight on one leg. You need both arms for that spear.
And then on 13, Ulrich finishes his spell casting, and he can't attack this round, but he's now ready to fight rather effectively. So let me pop that over there, and we come back to this. So this is turn 3. Nasty Woman's got no actions left. Hazra, I think, has no actions left.
Yep, none for me.
Cyrus, do you have any action points left?
I do.
Okay, so you can either inflict damage in the same location, or you can roll a 1d20 and reattach it.
I'm going to inflict damage on the same location.
Go for it. So
It's gonna
1d8.
be glorious. It's going to be glorious. Everyone's going to love it. It's going to be top notch. And
Nice.
that's how you do it.
That's on her 9, isn't it?
Yes.
Cool. Okay then. And that Bartleby, you don't have any actions left,
I do not.
and Ulrich has no actions left either. So we're going into combat round 2, back up to turn 1. Okay then, and the big monster, the big woman, sort of like is really annoyed about this fire that is wrapping into her, and she, on her action, she launches herself, and she's coming straight towards you, Cyrus, coming down this, following the same thing down towards you.
You remember that the first night you met her, Cyrus?
Yeah. She knows what you like. She knows what she's like. And because the tree's in the way, I'm going to make this a hard roll for her. She's quite immense, so bits of branches are not going to cause her much problem. Plus, I assume that because Cyrus can see and attack the creature, then the creature can attack Cyrus back. So she comes launching herself. So Hazra and Ulrich, you sort of like there, and she just sort of like pulls herself back a bit onto her back legs, and then launches. And Hazra and Ulrich sort of go like that, and she just sort of like carries her body over to towards Cyrus. Oh, how did I miss on a 93? You actually managed to avoid. Well, she probably hits into a part of a tree or something like that, and sort of like lands awkwardly down, and you're not sure, Cyrus, but you're pretty sure that she has a sexy grin on her face as she rolls and sees you in front of her.
I'm terrified or turned on.
Probably a bit of both.
Bit of both, yeah.
And that brings us to Hazra on 21. Hazra, you are still able to hit.
Yes. As I see her flying over, I want to pivot. Oh, yeah, hell, yes. I want to pivot myself on my foot, spin, and throw my spear.
Yeah.
If I can. Yes. Here we go.
Woo!
well, 63 out of 108.
Yeah, that will hit her as she passes, and you throw a spear. So you'll have I need hit location special and then some damage for me.
Right, my thrown spear will go up to a 1d10, won't it? So I'll just roll.
If it's normally 1d8, then it'll be 1d10. Yeah.
1d10, yeah. So I need to do it to 1d10.
So
It's not going to come through his blade sharp. I'll change it back once I've done it.
d20 first to see where it goes.
D20 is going to be a 3.
That's one of her legs, her right.
And I also want to
Pin her down.
I also want to use impale as a special.
Yeah, nice. So I need 2 damage rolls, and we'll take the top one.
Right. So here's the first. Oh, where's it gone? Here's the first one. And here's a second. Yep.
So we'll take the 5, so that'll go down to a 3. Yeah.
Yep.
Why am I taking it? Why am I halving it?
No, you're not having it.
Yeah.
You're having it.
So
yeah.
so that's oh no, I know why. Go down. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that's now stuck in her leg.
All her actions are now 1 level harder, if memory serves me.
With what she's using.
Yeah.
So it's in her right leg. So she tries to move. That would be or she tries to rake with that. That will be 1 level harder. Okay, so that's Hazra gone on 21. Cyrus, you are up as well. She missed you. She missed you altogether, so you don't need to make a concentration roll yet. If you had evaded out the way or taken an action, then you would have done, but currently it's fine. So your spell is still active on her, so you can either pull it back and reattach it and do some damage, or you can do another action as you see fit. It's completely up to you.
I'm gonna roll acrobatics and get out of the way because I don't want to die.
Okay then.
I heard dying is a bad way to do things. So I'm gonna try to balance, like, how far would I be able to evade without?
You probably can go 2 squares, which would be nearly your so you can get either side on a successful roll. This is when you don't want to fumble. You really do not want to fumble at this point. Please do not fumble.
Thank you for the reminder. Okay, good.
Yeah. So do you want to go left or right?
Here.
Okay. Because you use acrobatics, you're not prone. You managed to dive out the way over, but your
do that windmill flip.
Yeah, but
over,
your
so cool.
spell is now cancelled.
Yeah, I get that.
And that comes down to you now, Bartleby.
With this monster nearby and seeing its mobility, Bartleby is going to call on his goddess to make sure he doesn't fall in combat. This would be my shield. Because I have things I need to do through Amriel's powers. And here's my roll. 50 of 90.
Brilliant. Does your other spell require concentration?
I don't believe any of the miracles require concentration.
So they're just up, and then that's fine. So yeah, that'll come off your devotion pool.
Yes.
As always. So that is now doing, is it 10 points you get?
Yes, but it doesn't stack with other armor, so I just put on 9 temporary.
Got
since I have other armor on,
yeah.
Gives me 1 point.
Ulrich is next to go. He can't do anything where he is at the moment, so he's going to move round to there, which I think that's where you were stood, wasn't it, Cyrus? Yeah, that's good. So that's his action done there. Oops, let me move that back and deduct his action point. That's cool. Okay then, and so we are now coming. It's combat round 2, turn 2, and you obviously had the foresight to actually guard yourself, Bartleby, because as Ulrich is coming around and this woman has this beast has Hazra's spear jutting out of her leg, she turns round or just sort of like turns her head, and she's going to take a quick snap at you. She's not using her claw this time. She is using her bite. And what would you like to do? I can give you options if you wish.
No, I think I'd like to spend a luck point here, perhaps.
Okay.
So critical could make things very gory really quick.
Reverse the
could you?
numbers.
What's that?
Reverse the numbers.
Yeah.
No, I want you to re-roll that.
Yeah.
Here's a point of luck for you.
Thank you very much. And she will roll it. And yes, she'll still hit, but it won't be a critical.
I feel fine with that. The power of my goddess can protect me from standard hits.
Cool. Are you doing any? Are you blocking it or anything like that?
I'm allowing the power of faith to protect me. No action points spent because I need those.
Great. Oh, nice. Sorry. I'm just finding the special that I need to do. Oh, there it is.
I pass holy armor.
Yeah.
Triple damage.
I have a new spell that's called negate armor at all. Okay.
That spell isn't just a special, I'm hoping. I'm being savagely seduced.
Yeah. So she turns round with her bite, and it's going to come into your 15, whatever that is.
Oh, my poor right arm.
Yeah. I just need my combat card. Doesn't give me all the information I need. Yeah. Okay then. Okay, so she goes in with your right arm. She will do damage with her bite, which is nothing too scary. She only does 2 points of damage, which your armor will withhold, won't it?
Yes.
Yeah. But her special is grip. So
Uh-oh.
she's now got your, was it your left arm?
Right arm.
Right arm. She's now got her mouth over your right arm, and she's gripping it tightly there. Okay, Hazra, you're up.
Seeing Bartleby being gunned to death by this thing, Hazra will, in one fluid motion, draw his scimitar and, if possible, swipe at this beast. And in fact, no. The right leg's on the other side, isn't it? So, no, yes, he will. He will draw his scimitar, and in the same fluid motion, he'll swipe down at this thing.
If we're drawing weapons, is that an action?
It is.
So your draw. Sometimes you can combine it, so you can move and
draw
yeah.
at the same time. I was able to draw and slash, but you're right.
Yeah.
I can't reach that right leg, can I, from where I am?
Well, it's combat is always seen as fluid. So, for example, if you won an attack roll, and that wasn't, even if it's parried, you can use a special to choose location and then choose the location you want, or we would just roll a 1d20 and, you know.
Well, what I was aiming for is hoping to pull the spear out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you just need to do a brawn roll.
Yeah.
To pull that out.
Sorry,
Yeah.
what I was trying to get to is whether I could reach that area.
Well, it's assumed that combat is fluid like that, so everybody's not static. You can sort of like maybe roll in, dodge behind a sweeping leg, and you know it might have gone in the leg, and the spear is still stuck out towards you, so you can grab it. Yeah.
In which case, I will do what I wanted originally in that
So
case.
just
And I'll move, slide, and then yank the spear.
Yeah, and you sort of like try to yank it out, but just as you get close to it, it twitches out the way, or you grabbed hold of it, and the blood of the beast is sort of like, and it slips out your hand.
But then seeing this, I'm then going to just, as it switches away, I'm then going to reach my other hand and do a double grab on it and yank it with a luck point. And reverse that roll.
Yeah. So you just, it's just a normal brawn roll, isn't it, to pull it out? It's not contested about it. So on your action on 21, you pulled the spear out. I think it did 4 points, 5.
It was 5, but then you get your armor off that, so it's half, isn't it?
Yeah. So it'll do 3 points coming out. 1 to half of 5. It will make it 3. Where was that? It was in the 3. Oh, yes, the right leg. Yeah. Okay, that's cool.
And don't forget to give yourself a luck point.
Yeah, I've got that now. Thank you. Okay then. We are. That's Hazard done. Cyrus, you are up.
All right.
Just to let you know, if you want to do anything into combat, it will now be a hard roll. So if you want to cast your spell into combat or chuck something into combat, then it would be a hard roll to actually succeed.
Is it because of the tree in the way?
It's because combat is active, and they're sort of like minus the tree, which I'm not really concerned. There's 3 other people.
Going backwards and forwards and sort of like...
And the beast has Baltaby's arm in its mouth.
I'm a good shield, though, to be honest.
I actually think it's gone in like that. So your whole arm is actually... it's not like attached. So, Cyrus, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna cast bypass armor on. I'm trying to think if I do both of them. Yeah, I'm gonna cast bypass armor unless it's a touch spell. Let me see.
Well, it's a sorcery spell.
It's sorcery, yeah.
Yeah, so you would always use a shaping point to make it ranged.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to do that. I'll use a shaping point. I'll do bypass armor on the weapons of both Hazra and Ulrich. So it might take like 3 turns altogether, I think.
If you're increasing your... so 1 for just casting it, 1 for your range of it, yeah? And then there'll be another 1 for the multiple targets, yeah? Yeah.
So 3 altogether.
So this would be turn 1 done. Bartleby, you're on 18.
Yes, and it appears I've been equipped by a monster.
Yeah.
The roll to try and escape this, would it be a brawn or combat style?
It's actually either
maybe a tickle.
It's either a brawn or an unarmed, and it's my choice.
Okay, well, that's just...
It's my choice.
And Is it against the? It's your choice.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, either situation is grim. Is it against the roll that attacked me, the 87?
Correct. It's
Okay. Well,
opposed
let's
by that.
not kid ourselves. I can't get free. But if I can still cast my gaze to the skies and call on my goddess to cast a little spell, maybe I can get free. Well,
Yeah.
I don't actually know if
So
I can.
if you want to cast a spell, then it's going to be formidable in this situation because your hand's in a beast's mouth. And of course, as we were saying beforehand, not everybody is stationary at this moment. You know, so you're being pulled left, right, and center. It's just had a spear pulled out of its right end, so it's just like swirls around you like that. So yeah, for formidable roll, go for it. What?
Yep, I'm going to go ahead and try it. Call on my goddess to punish the evildoers, or Maroth if Amriel is busy.
Shock. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, shocking. Success.
Yeah, but I have a point of luck.
You want me to reroll?
I certainly do. Thank you.
And failure.
Yeah, so you try to summon it and zap down onto this beast, but just as you're making that connection, it pulls your arm and you sort of like launch alongside with it. And that's Bartleby done. And Ulrich comes next, and he will hit this beast at long last. Okay. This is with his axe. And
nice.
Yeah, he hits. Just to let you know, his combat rolls at the moment are very easy. So his chance is actually double his skill value. So he's really operating as a skill value of 168 at the moment because it's double him. So this beast can't move out the way. So he will take a swipe. He'll choose location and hit the head in a vain attempt, Bartleby, to knock it off your arm. So that'll be his special. He doesn't have anything on. He doesn't have blade sharp or anything like that, doesn't he? No. So he'll just hit it with his battle axe onto the.
Oh, Ulrich!
I know. Onto the head.
What is this?
Onto the head, which, just out of interest, it doesn't have any armor on. That is so that I take it down to that. Yeah. So he brings his axe straight back, and this beast lets out a cry. I'm going to roll the beast's willpower to see, Bartleby, whether or not it keeps attached to your arm, since Ulrich hit it in the head. So he's just going to. I
would have thought, because the damage is so low, it's pulled his blow because you could see the arm sticking through that.
Yeah. So he sort of like whacks it down on the head. He does a bit of damage, but as he hits down, the beast goes and lets out a scream, and sort of like you sort of like wrench your arm out of the way, and that is the end of combat turn round 2, turn 2. So we're on to still combat round 2, but up to 3. Okay, at this point, I'm just checking. Yeah, I've got one more action point left, so she's going to take a swipe at Ulrich, who's just hit his head, which she hits, but he's not going to parry. He's going to trust to his armor and to ward location. She hits him in the 7, which I think is an abdomen, which is not located. Oh,
It is the abdomen.
yeah, and then I need to do some damage with her claw. 2 points damage, which doesn't get through his armor at all. So that's it. Hazra, you're up. You have your spear out now.
I do. I intend to put it back in again very soon.
Yes.
So, in which I'll try to maneuver myself in the same spot and just try to lean and then thrust forward, hoping to get a good shot at the body.
Yeah, go
But
for
we
it.
never know where it's going to land. There we go.
Yeah, that will hit her.
The location would be 16.
Yeah, that's her chest.
Oh gosh. Right. Again, the sparkle of Amriel is flown through this spear, and he is going to use impale.
Yeah, just remember next time it's special hit location damage.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
In which case he won't do.
You can use impale. I don't mind him using impale.
Are you sure?
Positive, yeah. You won't damage me.
So 8
8
damage, and hang on. Oh, 3. So I go for the 8, please.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
So it has no armor in there, and you definitely meet some kind of bone as you jab your spear back into its chest, impaling it nicely.
But there's no armor on the chest, though.
Yeah.
No, gosh. Right.
So yeah, that's Hazra up. Cyrus, this is your second turn for your combat.
3.
Yeah. And Bartle,
Still concentrating.
you're still concentrating, waving your arms
dances.
around, waving your fiery tip around in the air like a sparkler.
Just doing like,
Yeah. Bartleby, you won't have any.
Yeah, I'm just scrambling, trying to get a grasp on the ground or something,
Yeah,
or get away, but I'm not moving.
Your Ulrich still has his action point because he didn't parry the last blow. So he will swipe at this, taking his action points down to 3. He will hit, and this time he's not going to choose location. He's going to is max damage a crit or not?
I believe it's a crit.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a proper crit.
Okay, then he will therefore he will use choose location, and location will be the head where he whacked it before. Da, da, da. Ooh. And he'll do 2 points of damage to that.
This is. Are we doing a slapping fight here?
Yeah, well,
All these minimum damage hits.
I know, and that is actually, and time is so Ulrich can hit really easily. He can actually do something else which allows him to hit better, but currently he doesn't have the time to do it. It does feel a bit timid, this fight. Yeah, everybody's trying to be nice to each other. I'm just going to tap you very gently. And that's the end of the combat turn. Bartleby, you need to roll an endurance check for me.
Yes, I do. Oh, Bartleby tired.
Yeah. Do you want to use
Okay.
a point of luck and reverse it?
No, I'm trying to take your points of luck.
Okay, then. So you'll be 1 level of fatigue now, which means certain things will be hard for you.
I'm winded.
Yeah, and we come back to, yeah, we're back up to the top. Let me just put my action points back up to the top. Right. We've got 3 targets. I'm going to roll a 1d3 and decide who it goes to. Bartleby and Hazra, you can decide what number of rolls you want to be, and Ulrich could just be what's left.
Brilliant. I want to be one that doesn't get hit.
I'll be number 2.
Okay, so
I'll be number 1.
okay, 1 and 2 taken. So 3 is Ulrich.
I get hit, I'm gonna complain. I didn't even hit you.
2.
He hates you.
Stop it, mean lady. I can't even hurt you.
Once you've had a bit of Bartleby, you can never go back.
Yeah.
I know. He tastes good, apparently.
She will reach out and
Bring it.
try to bite you.
Oh wow, that's a good one.
She'll hit you. Do you wish to do anything?
I'm just gonna trust the power of my goddess and get gripped again.
Power of your goddess. And
Don't grab my head. Just grab an arm or a leg like a normal monster.
oh, you know, I saw 19 rolled.
Left leg.
Left leg. So yeah, she will bite into your left leg. She'll only do 2 points of damage, but
Okay, how many minimum rolls have you done this game? Have you done any rolls of damage that are above? I mean, I don't want to throw myself under the bus here,
do I
but
know? I'm so it's just dreadful. My rolls.
this is not possible.
It's
It's not possible.
I hacked the system. I'm gonna say it
Yeah.
Yeah.
because it's hilarious.
She does, however, use her special to grip you. So she's got her mouth round your leg at the moment.
You're welcome, guys.
Hazra, you're up. Do you want to pull or draw?
No,
Because you've impaled her, didn't you?
impaled. I have, yes. Seeing again how this beast has gripped onto Bartleby, I'm going to try and tug the beast away by pulling my spear out.
Nice.
Is my theory.
So, Braun.
Oh, oh no.
Azra.
Oh my.
I mean, I burned up a luck point from inwils for you, so
I know I'm gonna use a luck point because I feel like he tugs it once and nothing happens. It's like it's stuck between the bone.
Yeah.
So he's gonna brace himself and give it one last tug. Where's my brawn gone?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, and you yank it out very nicely. What was your incoming damage on it? Was it 8?
It was 8, yes.
And it was my chest, wasn't it?
Wasn't it? Oh, it was chest, yes.
I think it was.
Yes, yeah.
16, yeah, chest.
16, yeah.
So that's 4 points damage. Okay, she needs to make an endurance roll at this point. Okay, so she fails, and you pull this out of her chest, and it obviously rips something out. She doesn't, however, fall unconscious, but her difficulty grades for her attack rolls are now 1 level harder. So, and that's across the board. Anything that she does is now one level harder as you get it. And you sort of like probably bring some of her inner.
I was going to say, I pull my spear out and there's a little bit of gore on the end and I flick it off.
Yeah, and it's a sort of like you pull it out. It's rather nasty. That's Cyrus. Hazard done. Cyrus, your Cyrus, what's your endurance? Are you 2 or 3 rounds for endurance?
I don't know. How would I know that?
I believe the lady said he didn't last very long earlier in the adventure.
Yeah.
I don't know if this factors in, but I think that's how you would know. Bartleby says as he's being flung around.
That was.
Those were your words, Inwils. Through her mouth, but
Really?
Literally and figuratively.
Right. Let me.
She insulted him. I'm just remembering because I'm the historian.
We need the fatigue rules. There you go. Okay then.
Yeah.
So, you need to work out.
Yeah.
Your physical effort. Is that
Maximum effort.
here we go. Strenuous. So it's your constitution rounded up. So it's your constitution in seconds, rounded up to the next combat round. So what's your constitution?
9.
9. So yeah, you'll be after 2 because each combat round is 5 seconds. So you'll do like 1 and 0.4 of it, so it'd be 2. So you also need to roll
endurance.
You roll your endurance. Yeah.
Poopy.
You're fine. So that doesn't make sense. But if it doesn't affect you, but if it did, then everything would be hard for that next thing. Okay, then. So you have a spell to get off, I think.
Yeah. Can I add? Is it too late to add my weapon to the list?
It is
to be.
Well, you can add your weapon, but it'll take you another turn.
Would it though? Because it's just 3. One of them was distance, shaping, and then the other one was giving it to multiple people. So would it still be another one to add me?
I'm just looking at the table. So you have enough. Yeah, so you're right. You have enough shaping points, but if you want to change it now, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
If you want to change
which one you're allowing.
Yeah. So if you want to do it now, then that's fine. Technically, you have to declare it at the beginning of your spell cast. So, and that prevents people casting at one person but finding that they're down and redoing it. Got it. So you can, if you wish, spade another turn, casting your spell, which would be this one, and then the next combat turn it'll come through.
Yeah, I'll just do it for them so that way they have a chance.
Cool.
To make some.
So
damage.
you need to roll invocation because it's a sorcery spell, isn't it? Yeah. Nice. Oh, if it was an easy, that would have been fantastic. So who did you put it on to?
Ulfric and Hazra.
So we both have bypass armor that allows us to spell allows a weapon or trap to ignore armor points equal to the magical in. The spell is also this spell also works against magical protections such as damage resistance. Oh, that's what I need. Bartleby to waste you.
Yeah.
Yeah, just one spell like that.
Does it work on natural armor as well, though?
It doesn't. It's it must do. It says the spell allows a weapon or trap to ignore number of armor points equal to the spell's intensity. So what intensity is it?
7.
7. Yeah. Okay, then so it would bypass 7 armor points. So that's both on Hazra, it's on you, and Ulrich. Brilliant. Nice. And Bartleby, you're on 18.
And because I'm winded, it would be Herculean while my leg is in its mouth and being flopped around to cast a spell.
Formidable.
But I'm now winded, so I'm 1 grade harder, which would make it Herculean, right?
So normal skill roll would make it hard, but you are fatigued. So take it up another difficulty grade, which would be formidable.
Okay. Well, in that case,
unless there's something else that would move it up again that I forgot.
I was formidable before, so I thought that's what the standard was. But if it's formidable now, I'm definitely going to go for a punishing shock of the.
That does. I have an evade roll, don't I?
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Against my 30.
Just to remind you, this. I tell you what, I'm going to do. I'm going to change mine to winded. So it should come up. So I need a hard because Hazra pulled this spear out of my chest cavity. No, she doesn't make her roll at all. I need a hit location. 1.
It'll hit in your 1, and it'll last for 1.
That's her right leg, which I think. Did you damage that, Hazra? I think you damaged that.
Damage already. Yeah.
Okay then. So she needs to make a athletics roll to keep upright. I have got a point of luck, haven't I?
Yes.
Yeah. So I'll use it now, and I'll just reverse it. So she staggers a bit, and it lets out a scream as you call down this. Like there's an almighty sound of clapping thunder as the power of Amriel comes shooting down. And that's 1 turn, isn't it? Rather than 1.
That's my action.
It's just stun turns. Yeah. Armor doesn't affect it, doesn't it? Yeah. Cool. That's Bartleby. So Ulrich goes next. He is just going to whack it with his weapon. He hits. He will just do a 1d. He will do. He will. He can't. What's press advantage? That's what he will do as his. I had overextend opponent, but that's a defensive crit, I think.
Just defensive, yeah.
Or just a defensive, yeah. So press advantage is his, and he will hit it in the 18, which is its left arm that hasn't been hit before. Here comes his damage. Come on! Yes!
Nice, the bypass armor as well.
Yeah. That's almost his max. So 6 points of damage. Where did it go? His
right leg, no, left.
Left arm. That's a bit annoying because those locations don't actually have armor in, but I feel it. Thank you, Cyrus. I do appreciate it. 6 points. Ouch. Okay, I need to roll an endurance roll again.
Tell you what, Cyrus, that is a bloody nice spell.
It is.
Right? I'm a good picker on spells.
Does anybody use a point of luck? Do you want to use a point of luck to?
No, I'm all out of luck.
I'm all out of luck. So
I've nothing to roll now.
okay then. So
To make her re-roll,
yeah,
we can do that,
yeah.
and it's a hard.
I have to do a hard, yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I'm feeling petty against this lady. She made me angry. I'll spend my second luck point.
She's been focusing a lot on you.
She's been licking you for ages.
No,
Even
she
though
made
I'm
me angry.
I am the lover that's scorned, and she's been focusing on you.
Yeah, but she seduced
Yeah,
my
you're the
ally, and that's
lover
not
to be.
okay.
Oh, look.
Giant cut.
Okay. Yeah. So she is now weary. So all her rolls now are formidable as she comes down, and we go back up to round 2, turn 2. What's the time? Oh, let's take a quick break then, because I've just seen the time. Sorry, I got carried away. So we're going to take a quick break there, and we'll be back about 1:45 or just gone, where hopefully we'll be able to finish off this combat, which would be very nice, hopefully with everybody intact. So we'll take a quick break, and we'll see you back here in 3. See you soon. Back now. Yeah, so I think we finished combat turn 2. What is that? What we did? And we're going on to 3.
No, I think we're starting to.
We're starting to. Oh, hang on, I can look because if Ulrich has 2 points left. Yes, we are. We're starting to. Brilliant. Yeah. Okay, so this beast is going to pull Bartleby. I think he has your leg. She has your leg.
Left leg.
Yeah. So she's going to pull it. She's going to use her brawn roll to do that. You need to oppose it with your brawn roll to be prevented, and it be opposed between us. We do remember that she's hard for this as well. Yeah, so she... Did I use a luck pointer?
You're formidable, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm at formidable, but I've got a card that says a luck point here.
You get it used.
Have I still got that luck point?
If it's there,
I think I'd just given you a luck point
okay.
to make your endurance, and now I'm regretting my choices.
Yeah, so I will reverse that to make it 28. So you still... It's a low roll, no matter what. If that it's go for it.
I think I have to get a critical for this to succeed. Bam. Definitely failed.
Yeah. So she pulls you off to one side. You feel your legs go out from underneath you, and you clatter down onto the floor. There's a little stone there, but you don't take any damage because it can't get through your shield. But you are now. She does this pull, and she backs up a bit, and you.
Yes.
You suddenly get this feeling that Cyrus, roll your strategy.
Okay.
Oh, I've done.
She gonna take off on me?
No, she's gonna swing him round and take us all out.
Yeah.
I'm a projectile.
I'm not gonna roll luck. So
Okay then. So yeah, you're not too sure what's happening, but you notice that she takes. At the beginning you said
got a
that
bad feeling about this.
And Bartleby doesn't do a lot of damage. I just thought maybe if I swing you round.
Aww.
And the
thing is,
interesting thing
Bartleby won't
is,
take any damage.
yeah, that's
I'm
right.
included.
Yeah. So like hit into Hazra and Hazra go flying over Bartleby.
Death by Bartleby.
So yeah, you're now on the floor with your leg in this beast's mouth. There's definitely some kind of sucking action going on with your leg as well.
You've heard this before, Cyrus.
Yeah.
Starting to get flashbacks. Starting to get flashbacks in my black hat. Yeah.
Been there, done that. Okay. Yes.
She's a pro. She's a pro.
Hazra, you're up next. You still have your spear in your hand, I think.
Having seen Bartleby being dragged to the floor, Hazra will have a sharp intake of breath and thrust dramatically as hard as he possibly can.
If you do it into Bartleby, you could pin him to the ground so he doesn't.
Yeah, and he won't take any damage.
Yeah, but you'll be sort of like, bash, can't get through, bash, can't get through.
Damn you, Bartleby.
Yeah, hit away. Ooh, nice. So you...
Special again. I'm going to go for impale again. I'm sorry, but I need to stop this thing from moving. So the whole thing is just jump it in there.
That's absolutely fine, because before you do anything like that, I'm going to use my action point, my last one remaining, and I'm not going to try to parry you because I don't think that would be serious. So she's going to try to evade you. -8, isn't it?
With him in her grasp, with Bartleby in her grasp.
Yeah.
Am I making things difficult, or am I not large enough to?
She's already formidable. She's not until you try to pull yourself out on 18, and you suddenly get an idea, the whole of you, that she's not about to swing him round. It looks more like she's going to try to take him.
Escape.
Here's her evade roll. Ooh, I have no luck left. Oh, that would be, yeah. So she pulls back, trying to evade your spear coming in, but I
see this slight motion to the left, and I adjust
just at the last moment.
And again, like I say, I'm going to impale, and it's going to go into number 5.
I wanted to go into the head just to see whether or not we can kebab.
Yeah, kebab the whole thing.
Number 5. Ooh.
Johnny 5.
Rear left leg. We haven't had this one yet.
No. No, you want 2 blade sharp short spears.
Yeah. Ouch.
5.
And evades all.
Yeah, we'll take the 5.
I'll take the 5, which
all armor.
Yeah, her 1 point of armor doesn't stop it as it goes.
So does that mean she's not Herculean if she needs to use that leg to move?
Have you impaled? It's
impaled, yes.
To move, yeah, she'll need it, but not to.
No.
To fight, yeah. But she wants to like a evade roll, like she was formidable last time. So that's in. That's done some damage to her other leg. Cyrus, you are up.
Can I do this? Am I able to pull out my glaive and then move to right here?
Yeah, you won't be able to attack her there.
I understand. I can't attack her at all, even with her holding down Bartleby right here.
Not through that gap. You would have to be
Got
here.
It. Would I be able to move there in this turn?
Yeah, you can move through people. Remember, that's not just because the map ends there. There's still room there, so you could actually move round to that place if you wish. Just before you do that, I'll give you a benefit. That is, you will be blocking her escape if you went there.
Oh, great.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, then. So that's Cyrus done on 18. Your weapon is out. Bartleby.
It may be formidable still, but I'm hoping to bring us some of the rudeness.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I do have an action.
Yeah, you're on the floor at the moment, aren't you? That
I'm gonna let it go.
Okay, yeah. And take the magic point off. Oh, sorry. Ulrich's turn. He will use up another action point and use soul slicing. He hits. He will press advantage again on her. So this is why she's not attacking you again, Bartleby. She's not doing an offensive action, rolling you or trying to get you away. So he will press advantage on the mob and do some damage into
Ooh, no,
9.
That's location.
Oh,
Sorry, pretty damage there.
yeah,
Pretty damage there.
that has been hit before. I think your spear went into it.
And twice
did,
my
twice,
Yeah.
fire went into it.
That's right. And
I
by
can
leaping
see.
deeper.
I can see from my hit
Yeah.
points. Okay, then
Yeah.
here comes the damage. 6.
That's not bad.
Ooh, most
That's not-
palpable hit.
6 points is enough. She now needs to roll her endurance again. But I think I'm at formidable at the moment, aren't I? Yeah, due to fatigue. Come on. Oh!
Oh,
You have the hat. You put your hand in the hat and you pull it out the hat.
damn!
Is anybody?
This woman is.
Well, you know
Not-
what she's like, Cyrus.
Yeah,
You
she doesn't
know.
give up.
She has
Goes the extra
endurance,
mile.
believe me.
Mhm.
Unless
Just when you
anybody
think it's
wants
all
to
over.
look it, we're moving on. We're coming back.
We-
No, you
Should we?
deserve that.
Be up to you,
deserve that.
Cyrus.
You know what?
Yeah.
No, I want to get a hit in there.
Okay, this is final turn. She doesn't have
That's right.
action points. So she's actually lost one because of her
Endurance check.
fatigue. Hazra, you will have another action
I
point.
do, yes. Seeing that this creature is on its last legs, from what I can see,
Left.
he's
She
gonna
is.
yank his spear back again.
Oh yeah.
I expect an endurance check after this, so I'm going to brace myself and pull.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how much damage did you do putting it in?
Was it 5? It was 5. wasn't
5. So I'll take 3 damage. And where did it go?
It was in the
Oh,
left leg
leg.
that wasn't touched yet, wasn't it?
Yeah. 3 points. So she needs to make an endurance check. Oh,
Shut the front door. Thank you, use a point of luck. So, no, that was, yeah. No, I can see it because the adrenaline must be pumping through at the moment.
She's got the taste of whole, as Darth said in the chat. She likes a bit of Bartleby, tasty holy meat.
And energizing too.
Amriel keeps you going all day long.
Yeah, so do you want to make your endurance check now, Hazra, just so we remember?
I will do, yep.
Oh, yes, man-made out of steel. Cyrus, you're up on 18. You can try to hit if you wish.
I am going to hit. I'm going to use my Phantom Jigger, and I'm going to go for it. Here we go. What do we got? I'm going to use my point of luck and reroll that because I
Okay.
feel like I deserve my luck now.
We think you deserve your luck as well.
Yeah,
Fingers crossed.
You'll get it.
I got it.
Yeah, that will hit.
That little glaive glides through.
So yeah, I need special hit location damage.
I think at this point, well, should I? The special I want, I don't know. I just read it right now. It says drop foe, which is assuming the target suffers at least a minor wound from the shot, they are forced to make an opposed test of their endurance against the attacker's hit roll.
Yeah, the only thing that I had, but yeah, drop foes for ranged weapons.
Oh, am I in the wrong area? My bad.
No. Offensive is fine, but it's just ranged.
Yeah,
Got it. Okay.
You can.
There is compel surrender, which I don't honestly think would work.
No, I mean something like press advantage, so she can't fight, or impale, which means that you'll do 2 rolls and will take the highest, but your weapon's stuck in there. You can do bleed if you want.
Did it Ulrich? You already do press advantage?
Yeah, that's why he's not she's not attacking.
Got it. Okay. I thought you were
location. Oh, it's blushing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll just do impale as well.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So roll 1d20 first.
Yeah. Ouch.
What is that?
14. Oh, that hasn't been hit. That's her left front leg. So do 2 damage rolls. Pardon me.
And then
so
obviously I'll go for number 6.
So we'll take the 6.
This thing is going to have no arms or legs, but still a body and a head that's chewed on Bartleby.
So that'll be 6 into the 14. That'll take it down to 5. To 5. But okay. And
does this affect? Does it go from more formidable to Herculean?
Or? For movement, yeah.
Okay.
Actually, well, it's a front leg, so she'll probably collapse at the end of this combat turn. But we need to finish this turn off and then see what happens. Bartleby, what would you like to do? I often think this lasts 1 round. Combat round lasts 5 seconds. So I always feel that we should get to the end of a round before we say anything.
Got it.
Happens, So yes, Bartleby.
Bartleby is frustrated, and this isn't going to work. But he's going. Does he still have his club in his hand?
Your weapons were drawn, yeah.
Okay, I didn't know if maybe he dropped it, and that'd be perfectly fine.
Point. Just make a random athletics check. No, you dropped it when she pulled your leg because you're prone now on the ground.
Yeah, it helped break my fall, I guess, and Amriel. But in that case, I'm just going to kick out with my leg that isn't in their mouth.
Unarmed combat, yeah.
Just let me go. No.
Oh, no. Do you want to use a point of luck?
No. I'm saving my last point of luck if I get impaled by anti-magic arrows.
Because that would be really good. That would be a crit.
No,
it won't actually. 2 would be a crit, but it would be a success.
Which is blocked because
she'll just her head will shift out of the way.
Yeah.
So you probably try to whack your foot in it, but you're either making content and doing nothing, or failing to make contact as she sort of spins you left, right, and center. And Ulrich goes last with his soul slicing. Oh my giddy aunt! How did I miss?
Did he say he had because you automatically miss at that level.
You know what you could do? You can use one of your luck points.
I do, because I have 3.
No, I thought it came from the same pool as your other.
No, no, it's our pool. It's his own pool. Sorry.
Yeah, but I think he would. I just don't believe yeah, so any roll of 96 or above automatically misses, no matter what, so it doesn't matter. So I'm going to roll it again. Come on.
I thought it narrows once you get above 100, like goes from 98 to 100.
His skill is not above 100.
Oh, right. Sorry.
His natural skill is only 84.
So for me, a 98 is the most perfect roll I could ever do, because if you get 99, it's a fail. As a parry.
Yeah, because you're above 100 and 99 or 100. Yeah. 98 would be a good blow. Right. So he's got a. Let's see where this goes. And wow, why are we all hitting legs?
We love legs.
This is his damage.
We're the leg party of Lindo.
My view there is she's getting around and legs are going up and moving around, and we're going to swipe. And you hit leg, wouldn't you?
Yeah, that is true. 5 points of damage. She needs to make another endurance roll at the moment. She can't do it.
She's going to be on critical next, isn't she?
She can't do it 3 times in a row. No, I didn't think she could. But I do have a luck point, which I will reverse it to 8, which means which means
oh no,
I'll
well played,
succeed
well
on it. That's the end of combat round 3. You will finish her off now in a round. She can't get out. You've trapped her nicely into that corner.
Free Bartleby.
Yeah, well, you sort of like with kebabbing her left, right, and centre, and Ulrich hitting with his
axe. I want to see if Cyrus can put his glaive out.
Oh, yeah, let's just do that because that'll be funny. Roll a brawn roll, Cyrus.
I've been there, Cyrus. Cyrus, I've been there.
Come on, Cyrus. Come on,
I
Cyrus.
feel your pain. I know your shame.
Whenever I give you guys might for impale, you guys never use the impale. But now this fight where you don't have might on you from Amriel, you're like, oh yeah, I want to be pulling all day long.
Well, I'm all right.
I want to be able to pull this out.
That's true.
All right, let's see what we got.
Let's see.
Oh my God! Yes, that's my very first impale roll. Brings back memories.
He's sort of like he's rocking backwards and forwards. So you manage to subdue her and kill her, and as one of you, I'm going to say that Bartleby does the killing blow, and Ulrich wanted it. So
No. I didn't mean it. It was an accident.
Yeah, you sort of like bash her up quite nicely, and once she dies, she slowly, she doesn't revert back or anything. She remains in this form, which leads you to believe that it was her. This is her natural form, rather than what you actually saw.
Cyrus is like, I've been with worse.
Yeah. So just to let you know,
down the docks,
she does have a seduction skill of 84%, which she was using on you. You probably can find out more about this breed, Bartleby. You do notice as you've finished tidying up and that the her entourage is safe and sound. You left her by her husband, yeah, which of course she doesn't have a husband. And do you want to know the one thing that I was worried about at that point Bartleby, if you had neutralized magic on her husband,
It would have been a ruse that had been
yeah,
discovered.
exactly, completely and utterly. She's sort of
Oh,
like,
yes.
yeah, my heart was in my mouth at that point.
Yeah. You're waking up on random commoners, but when it came to,
Yeah, she doesn't have a husband at all. She never
she has
has.
a ready meal.
Yeah, and
Yes.
basically she just picked the person that she wanted to look at, and
Got it.
her plan was to travel here and maybe stay here once you'd all gone, because she didn't know the place was asleep. And she, just so you know, if you had have left her, she would have feasted on the whole village.
Oh, the whole town, yeah.
Yeah, bit by bit.
And they're all just
The
laying there for
dryads,
her
but
to
the
eat.
thing is, the dryads will keep them alive. They're trying to keep them alive, so it's like a constant food supply for her.
Yeah, and she feeds off magical energy or energy in general. Hence, Cyrus, why you had no magic points.
And the
at all.
servants were always tired, weren't they?
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, really took it out of me.
And she actually killed Bert, just so you know.
Bitch.
And I thought, to be honest with you, I thought somebody at one point was going to try to insight roll her to see whether or not she was genuine or not, but nobody.
Nobody did.
I didn't trust her.
Yeah, but
Without-
no one
none of
trusts
us
her. We
trust her, yeah.
assumed she had
You-
something to do with something.
Cyrus, you
Oh
trusted
no,
her.
Cyrus loved.
Okay, Cyrus
Bedazzled.
adored her because
You got all that attention, and you just
You know-
fell for her complimenting you when
she tickled my pickle. Is what I'm saying.
Cyrus,
Yeah.
you know how Bartleby was with Christoph?
Say again, sir.
You know how Bartleby was with Christoph? That was you, Cyrus.
Yeah,
but Christoph was an ally. Is an ally. He did nothing wrong.
no, that is.
So potato.
It's
He
he's an ally now.
He was an ally the whole time. He was the one who led us down to the Dreamstalker.
correct.
It can,
He was a blood-sucking, horrible monstrosity.
yeah.
He's just a little greedy.
Just so you know, Bartleby, your shield actually saved you because if she bites you and manages to penetrate the skin, then I do damage. Then you start losing 1 fatigue level every time she feasts on your blood without being taken off.
Do you know, I'm interested. Does she gain 1 fatigue level? Because that would be really interesting.
Ooh, that would nice. Oh, yeah.
She doesn't get fatigue, just out of, if that makes sense. She was rolling endurance checks because she was going into negative or 0 or negative hit points. So yes, she actually would have drained your. You would have been fatigued so much that you would have ended up comatose. If no,
Or dead.
Yeah. If
Maybe we shouldn't have her healer be our
Annual
tank.
arts, don't worry about it.
But luckily, yet again, Amriel
Unreal,
protected you.
yes.
So yes, you as a party actually did bring the evil into the village. She doesn't have. It was a total separate subplot. She just wanted to get out of Lindo and find a nice place to feast upon, and she knew that you were going to Errwood, so she decided to tag along with you, and so you brought her to it. So technically, I think you killed Bert, which I think is very sad.
Or we save Lindo from also getting hurt.
That's
And they're-
right.
True.
Yeah. We took the
great
threat
evil.
outside of town and dealt with it.
Yeah, and
You're welcome.
you
Which
did.
was our plan to start off with.
You did kill
Yeah.
Bert. She did kill Bert, and she did kill her.
Honestly, Bert was kind of an idiot. He might have
He
deserved
was.
this one.
Well, let's not rationalize that one. We'll mourn Bert, and I'll do lay to rest.
Do you want to know the bit?
Who was Bert?
Do you want to know the bit that I really had my heart in my mouth was when you decided to sleep outside the village?
Mm.
Yeah.
Because if you hadn't, you would have seen her.
Oh.
Can you see what I mean?
Dude.
When she went
Yeah.
out
Yeah.
to feed on somebody,
Yeah.
you know, but you for some unknown reason, well, I know your reason, you decided
Well,
to.
My reason behind that was if we slept in the village, we'd fall asleep.
Yeah.
That
That's
was
Yeah.
exactly.
what I thought.
in my own head.
That was my thought
Yeah.
too.
So yeah, and that gave her the time to kill Bert, and then just
So Bert saved us. He sacrificed his life for us.
just being she was just fed on him and savagely left him, and yeah, she was completely an animal. The
Is
guards.
she an animal with
Parasite, isn't it?
money?
It's Parasite.
Is she animal with money? Is so? Like if we go searching in her caravan, her little carriage, are we going to find?
She
some
doesn't-
I'm more
things?
interested. I'm more interested in getting Bartleby to speak to the servants now that she's dead and find out what they know.
I'll
Yeah.
take responsibility for
Were they
this.
under his spell, whether it's willing or coerced, or
Yeah, so
Or they paid well?
so she has no material goods at all, mainly because she doesn't need it. Basically, Cyrus, what she did to you was seduced you into the caravan, had a wild night with you. Well, she was actually biting and draining your life force, i.e. your magic points. And then she basically put you outside and moved you away from it. The only other thing that you actually, Cyrus, and they'll heal up, you actually had a bite mark on your neck. But what I was doing
really
for Hazra and Bartleby and Ulrich was rolling your perception checks at hard, because it was to see whether or not anybody noticed it.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, you didn't. Sorry. So yeah, and so just to let you know, Bartleby, you talk to the servants and the guards. Did they know? They realised that something was different. They don't remember some nights in their past, and they often woke up very tired or didn't wake up for a series of days. But I think she got bored and only used them when she really needed to live off them. But coming to Errwood would have been a fantastic thing for her. But sadly, you yet again put paid to her plans. So the rest of the via talking to the dryads at that parlay, that conference, they agreed to release the village from this sleep spell. They did point out that they were looking after them as well, and they meant them really no harm. It was just that they were going in on their sacred grove.
Yeah.
Hazra, you can stay behind when the rest of the people head back to
I would
Lindo.
to just make sure that everything's fine.
And Hazra and Cyrus and Ulrich probably come back down to Errwood to bring the Count Bastion's news to everybody, and they agree not to go down that path at all and to give it a wide berth. And just to ensure about it, they put up some signs and that basically say, do not come at point or you'll get imprisoned, or they would just be put to sleep. And the dryads understand that it's a very tenuous link at the treaty at the moment, but it should be fine for the future.
If possible, Hazra wants to, while he's with the dryads, wants to find out where the other groves are in this area, just so he can protect them and mark them out so they're not encroached upon.
Yeah, so one of the things that, and remember, you can all use this if need be. If you wanted, Hazra, you could use some experience points to gain contact with the dryads.
Ooh.
To so they will become one of your contacts.
Yes.
Remember, building a contact is like learning a new skill. So it'll be 3 points, I think, to learn a new skill off the top of my head.
Is it 3?
Yeah, 3.
I hope it's 3. I thought it was 5 for some reason, but is there
That's spells.
Fives
isn't
are spells.
Yeah.
Experience.
New skills 3, then it goes on your basic, whatever your basic is.
Yeah. Learn increasing passions, learning news.
You're talking professional skill, right? It's not standard skills, obviously.
Yeah, you can improve your standard skills like anything, but it's a cost of 3 experience rolls to get a new skill, which will be the same as getting a new passion or a new contact, and that will work like that. So we've got a bit of time, which is good because we can hopefully get the get experience rolls over and done with if people have decided what they want to do. If not, we can leave it to next time. Or do people know what they're going to do?
Yes.
I do.
Yes, I'm working through mine as we speak.
Okay, then. So let's do Bartleby first. Let's see what he's doing. So he got 10 points.
And I feel even better now that you said buying a skill is 3 points. The first thing I want to do is buy a lore skill. We had talked about this before off camera, I think.
Yeah.
I wanted to buy lore poisons.
Behind the scenes. Ooh.
I want to talk to as many of my contacts, or Christoph and the alchemist. What was his name? All I remember is Sniff and Tiffin.
Annalyn,
that's right. And maybe use some of the people who I've helped that might be a little bit nefarious to try and learn more about poisons so I can help treat poisonings.
Okay, so this will be a new skill, lore, won't it?
Lore poisons.
Lore of poisons. So that the base for that is double intelligence for your characteristics. And yeah, that would be a new skill, professional skill that you can have. So that's no worries.
How many points do we have? Sorry, was it
10?
10, yes.
10. So you have 7 left, Bartleby.
All right. And that just brings me up to a 28 on lore poisons. That makes me
Nice.
happy. See, my intelligence is a 14, so I would like to get willpower up.
Okay.
14. My willpower is a 54.
50 for that. That's higher, so that's good.
Big money, big money.
Yes, it goes up by.
This is where we get the good rolls.
Yeah, 5, 6 points left.
Let's see. I want to do my lore of monsters one,
Okay.
and that is currently at a 56. Vampires.
Nice. 1d4 plus 1. You can have
Brings me
that.
up to a nice 60.
5 left.
5 left. I'm moving over to my magic page. I want to do one on folk magic, which is a 91.
Nice.
Didn't get that.
Now it's at 92.
92.
4 more left.
That up one notch. 4 more left. I'd like to do one on exhort, which is a 90.
Now it's a
We're up to
91.
a 91. That should leave me with 3 left.
Correct.
And I want to put them all on devotion. Emriel saves, and I'm just, trying to be the best I can. That's at a 98.
Ooh. 99.
9. And here is my second one.
100. And you go,
And here's my final roll, trying to beat 100.
oh,
And I'm at 101,
One.
which means my intensity and magnitude are now 11.
11. And it means that if I'm ever resisting any of your spells, I get -1 to my
Ooh.
roll because you're over
Brilliant.
100 now. Just to let you know, that's what other people are thinking. Ulrich only has 6 experience rolls because he has increased his strength by 4 points. So in order to maintain that, he has to do 4 points into his strength at every time. So he's got
Hengist did at some point.
no, nobody's done it yet. But I think it's an absolutely perfect
Strength. So why was Hengist only getting half XP?
because his charisma is 2.
His charisma is 2.
Or
Yeah,
3.
I thought he was using it to.
It was
boost up
that
one of the
low?
other stats.
Yeah. Or it
Isn't
might,
it like intelligence and charisma added up on a scale to see what your experience is?
I think it just goes on. Hang on, let me just check. It normally goes on the actual table when you worked out his characteristics. His action points. Look, where is it? Experience modifier just goes on charisma. So if you've got a charisma of 6 or less, you gain -1 to your experience rolls. And he had a charisma of 4. So he always got -1. So if anybody's got a charisma of -6 or less, it should say that you get -1 experience points. I don't think does anybody have that?
No, I'm a flat 7.
I'm
Yeah,
a 12.
Cyrus.
Oh, I'm like 12 or something. 11 or something.
12 or something. Let me just check.
I'm
9.
Never mind. That's my thought.
You still don't. Yeah, so he always got -1 experience points. So he, if you all got 10, he wouldn't get 9. He would get 5. Because every time you gain experience,
He gains 1.
he gets 1 taken off.
Yeah.
You know.
You can't increase charisma through training, correct?
Correct. You could only,
Good, because I was just going to say, if I did 1 training, that brings my experience modifier up to 1. So I would be getting like a experience boost at the cost of 1. And that seems like that would be a broken mechanic right there.
I'm just.
I don't think you can increase your. I would say that you've increased your strength, haven't you?
Yeah, I think what it is, and I'm just checking. You dog has appeared. You can increase increasing characteristics.
I can't do that with my dog. She'll kill me.
Is that you? It's you.
I think it says
Oh,
no matter how much once the trainer decides on the XA, he drops by.
kill me.
Size is the exception to all the above rules. It cannot be increased by mundane methods.
Damn it!
Wait, so you didn't just say that charisma can be increased then?
Characteristic, like, however, such increase is an artificial boost. needs to do. Experience or sacrificing his mode training below 1/10 of the maximum. So.
You've got that.
It doesn't actually say it can't. It says that size is the only.
Yeah, because if you think with strength, you spend your time in the gym or bulking up. With charisma, you could spend yourself beautifying yourself, which would then take time and experience away from doing that.
But here's the thing, it would give you more experience, because in my case, I only need 1 point. And if it brought my experience up by 1, the modifier, that would mean in this case, I'd get 15 rolls minus the 1 to keep up my charisma. So I would have just bought 4 rolls with the cost of 1.
No, you wouldn't.
Points.
Right?
How many experience
3
rolls
rolls.
would you have?
Well, in this case, I had 10 because we did 5 sessions and you gave 2 each, right?
Yeah, so if you gain +1 charisma, if you got +1 experience roll, instead of getting 2 every session, you would get 3 every session. So you would actually have 15. Yeah, you would have 15.
Minus 1.
Minus 1 to keep
it
up
minus-
there.
So I'd be gaining 4 more over than what I had before just by spending 1.
Yeah.
Sorry,
That
I
seems
thought-
terribly broken to me.
Wait.
I thought it was minus
It takes
3
only
for-
1 roll to bring up your characteristics.
I'm at a 12 right here, and I'd need 1 to bring it up, or however much it costs to bring it
Yeah,
up
how
to
much
a
does it cost
13.
to
And
bring up a
13 is the
characteristic?
point where I'd get to higher.
Yeah. So to actually increase your characteristics, but to achieve the characteristic increase requires that a character reduce the regular allotment of experience rolls or more point. Experience rolls sacrificing this matter boost the training by 1/10 of the rolled species maximum. So does a human doing regularly lifting to build up his strength could at some cost of reducing by the normal by 1 gains +2 to his strength. So your charisma would be the same. If it's allowed to be done, you would use 1 roll to up it by 2.
Wow.
And then that would be it. I'm just reading the rest of it.
So I could use 3 rolls by 6.
To get to
and
9.
gain 15.
Oh, my brain hurts now.
What's
If
your,
I'm 7, and if I up it by 6, that'd be 13, because 1 roll gets you 2 points.
so you would then
Be 15.
and
That's broken. That's
That doesn't seem right.
That seems and well, charisma is like your force of personality and like
It
who
is.
you are. I don't know. You can improve your influence by like actually interacting with people, but charisma seems like it should be a static thing.
Yeah, unless you go with Professor Higgins, because he can make anybody perfect.
That would just
I like
get
you,
your-
Professor Higgins.
so see, charisma measures personality.
Yeah.
Someone with a high charisma, for example, might be ugly and plain to look at, but blessed with a charm and wit that more than compensates for not being handsome.
All right. You want to go outside?
No, I'm fine,
I
thank you.
That's why you see all those beautiful ladies walking by with tree apes.
You go
But
outside.
anyway,
Go
you
outside.
get ugly, fugly people that.
Do you want to know what I'm going to do with that? There might be a hidden rule somewhere, but I am definitely going to ask Loz for it because it does seem like you were saying.
Yeah, well, like I said, if I spend 3 XP, I can then get 15 XP.
That seems wrong on a couple levels. I would like to know what Laws says about that. If you'd like to add
What's
my weight
next
to the
level
request.
from 13 to go up another?
It's 13 to 18 is +1.
So if I've got 10 XP, I could get up to 18.
And
No, I get 17, wouldn't I? Sorry.
yeah,
True.
and then after
I could do 18.
then So 13 to 18. It would be any point going past 13.
Yeah, but then again, it wouldn't be my character to do that because I'm not a charismatic person.
But yeah, I think it is interesting. Because if you think about it, charisma.
If you better it, you could rule it.
Because I think this is an interesting thing, because from what we're saying, okay, it appears broken at the moment unless there's another hidden rule. But if 13, what makes a score of 13 get an extra experience roll?
Modifier.
Yeah, but because we're looking at it in a real life situation, aren't we? And thinking, how do we increase charisma? How do we increase personality? But from why does charisma give you -1, 0, or +1?
I never understood that with this system. Usually, it's always been intelligence.
See, it says
to experience things faster.
Yeah, and I think it says if charisma is high, people are willing to put themselves out and help train or support the character whilst they undergo tuition. So what it's
would intelligence kick in there? It should be charisma and intelligence.
Yeah, but your intelligence goes in your experience roll. So people with higher intelligence can actually get their skill roll higher.
Yeah.
Because it's like if your intelligence is 1, then you can never go above 101. Because every time you roll the percentile dice, the maximum score is 100 plus you 1. You know, well, Bartleby, what's your intelligence, Bartleby?
14.
14. So you can never go above. Well, you can go above it just by 1 point, won't you? Because no matter what, you'll get it, so it'll just increase.
So would that work on combat then? So if I could never go over, say, 100 on intelligence, it would be 112.
Yeah, but remember, even if you fail the roll, you can go up by 1. Does that make sense? So
yes, yeah. Well, that's true. Yes.
Yeah, it's just that from that point on, you might as well just say, I'm using an experience point, I'll add 1 onto my weapon.
Yeah.
Because there's no point rolling for it.
Exactly. Yeah. So you can still improve the skill, but yes, sorry.
Yeah.
I thought when you said that it's a maximum you can get.
Yeah. And it's what's, I think, because everything else has a cap there as well. So I will definitely ask Loz about it. So Bartleby, you're done, aren't you? Yeah.
Yes.
Cyrus, do you know what you're doing with your pretty points?
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
I'm going to put 5 to actual points, to actual skills, and then I'm going to use 5 to get another spell.
Cool. What spell are you getting?
I am getting shape change.
Oh.
Yeah.
Make it different.
I want to become a giant Batwoman so I can mate with the others.
Pretty much. No. 1 second. I think it's. Let me get to the description on sorcery. I think it should be like 180 or something. All right. So shape change. The shape change specifically to a creature. And the creature. Yeah, go ahead.
It's a sorcery spell, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Should be 174. The pay.
Yeah. So you shape change to a creature, morphs into the physical body of a target, into that of another species. The sorcerer can affect any living creature. So you can actually do it to other people. That's that first bit.
Okay.
So the magic transforms the target into the average type of characteristics for that species. He adopts the physical characteristics of it, of the creature assumed, but whatever inherent attacks, plus whatever it can attack with. The recipient may use the creature's base skills or his own if better. Magical or super mental characteristics, that's fine. For example, a sorcerer size 10 who wishes to change into a lion. So you have, it's your intensity that it fits into. So one particular, many variants or shapes, each one specific to the species of the creature. So characteristics are quite broad in the scope, covering an entire family. For example, rodents, canines, etc. To change into wyvern, for example, one would need shape change draconic, assuming that it has a fish. Yeah, okay then. So yeah, you need to specify what it's going to be at creation.
At creation, as in like right now, I'm gonna choose what kind.
So your spell is, so if you want to do into say a mouse, then it would be shape change rodent. So you can do the range of the rodents that you wanted. So, but at the same time, your intensity of your spell, the size cannot be greater than 3 times the intensity of your spell.
Yeah. The difference in size, I think. Yeah. So I was wondering if I'm going to use birds as the type of creature.
Yeah.
The species. Specific for me, I was hoping, and keep in mind, it's going to be based off what creatures exist in your world. I was hoping to be able to shape change into a phoenix.
Yeah, I thought that's what you were going to say. So
I didn't even put together until like right now, as you're reading it, the fact that I can make an other person shape change into like a pigeon.
No, not me.
Not you, but that could be interesting.
I will dismiss your magic with my 11 intensity and magnitude.
Right, let me...
I looked through the bestiary on the core rulebook. They didn't have a phoenix. So if it's something, if it's something that you would allow, you would have to create it.
Oh no, I've got. There is a.
Oh, okay. There's another book.
Phoenix. Here we go. Yeah, so a size of a phoenix is 17. So that would be absolutely fine. It has a combat sky called Fire from Above. Has diving attacks, immunity to fire. Vulnerable, the creature's natural and magical protection cannot mitigate damage caused by the fall. Emulate. Okay, yeah. And
cool.
And the only thing that I'll say about it is, I think you should do it, but I think then if we find that it's completely overpowered or it really impacts on the game, because I was just thinking, now you can turn into that whenever, can't you?
Yeah. Here's the thing, though, from what I was reading on the description, I won't necessarily pick up too many of the magical properties of it, or just the physical properties of it.
Yeah.
So, like, if it had an immunity to Like immunity to fire might be a physical thing because it's made of fire, but if any other like emulate, any other magical abilities it would have, I wouldn't necessarily, uh, you know, have that when I turn into it. I would just have the characteristics of that. If that makes sense.
Okay, yeah.
So that way, that at least
No,
mitigates a little bit of the overpower
yeah,
aspect.
because it says he adopts the physical characteristics of the creature assumed, plus whatever inherent attacks and modes of locomotion it possesses.
Yeah, locomotion. So the ability to fly, sure, but if it has a natural, how like dragons have like a natural, like all these other all these other defenses to them that are just way overpowered. Obviously, if I turned into a dragon, I wouldn't get all of those. I
So
would just have the ability to fly.
So are we saying so one of its inherent attacks would be to burst into flames?
Yeah, I would imagine phoenixes are made of fire, or I don't know how it's gonna. I don't necessarily know what version of Phoenix is gonna be the reality of this game.
Yeah, but surely to burst into flames, that's an inherent attack.
I thought they were made of flames, so they don't really burst. It'd just be like if you put your hand to pet a phoenix, you'd get a little bit of a boils.
Yeah.
But he wouldn't be able to like breathe fire or do like an explosive radius.
Yeah, and then it's things like so they have the ability of magic sense. It says fly. They also have either burst into flames or cause the target to burst into flames. Flames are rated as a specific fire intensity. The target will continue to burn until extinguished, which takes an action point. So that immolation is an effect. So all its weapons has this. I mean, first of all, it's size 17. Okay, so its wing, right? Its claw does 1d6 plus 1d3. Okay, its peck does 1d8 plus 1d4. And its wing buffet does 1d10 plus 1d4 plus immolate on top of that. So it's how big is size 15? 17. Is that
like 2 or 3 of Cyrus?
Yeah. Let me get. It'd be. I think it'd be interesting.
You don't like I wouldn't necessarily have to have the emulate ability. Like that might be a magical ability that comes out of the physical.
But
like, obviously, a lot of it we can have a conversation outside of this aspect, because I'm not going to use it till the next game anyways. But
so size 17 is between 110 and 118 kilograms. Okay, let's put that. I think I'm not going to. I can't start making rules for it until it's actually in play, because I don't know what it's going to do. So we'll need to think of that in play. But what would the other improvements that you wanted to do?
I'm gonna.
And then we'll do Medivac as well. Yeah.
This is the first time I will even look at my passions, but one of my passions is Order of the Phoenix. My mission, of course, is to get higher in the Order of the Phoenix.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming I should probably focus at least one roll on that passion.
Yeah. So 1d10 plus your intelligence. What's your current score?
Current score is 53.
Okay.
One D10.
1d100.
Oh, sorry. 1D. My bad. Plus, you said intelligence.
Yeah.
This is 14. And go. 100. Oh,
Yeah. So 1d4 plus 1.
okay. That didn't do it. There we go.
So that goes up by 2 points.
Okay.
You've got 4 more rolls.
Yeah, the next one is. Let me just put it in really quick. Next one's going to be endurance. Endurance currently is at 42.
Brilliant. It's a lot easier to use the dice roller because therefore you can actually put in both of the numbers and then just press it backwards and forwards.
I like to copy paste.
Yeah, I'm just gonna copy paste my 1D100 because I then have to add the 14 to it, don't I?
Yeah, that's always the same roll. That's what I'm saying. Well, both of them are always the same roll.
So should I just add 14 after the fact or after rolling it? Never mind.
So you do 1d100 plus 14.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Plus 14. I'm just gonna copy paste.
If you rest your mouse on the dice roller and go to the bottom, it's advanced dice roller. It brings up a whole thing where you just add in which dice and add a plus to it, and then it does a history at the
Yeah.
bottom, so you can just click on that.
Oh, okay, I'll do that. Yeah, like that. Oh.
So that go up by 1 point.
Okay. 1D100 plus.
So 3 more rolls.
All right, and the next one is going to be for shaping, and my shaping currently is at 68. Okay.
Yeah, that'll be 1d4.
Plus 1.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, and then after that. Ooh, cool.
Okay, that'll go up by
Nice.
to 5
Nice.
extra.
Best case scenario. Heck yes. The next one's going to be my invocation, which is currently at 67.
Okay. So 1d100 plus your intelligence again.
Boo. That didn't go up. And then the next one after that will be folk magic.
Okay.
Which is currently at 59.
Nice. Yeah, so that'll be a 1d4 plus 1. And that go up by 3. Brilliant. All that's you. And your Phoenix shapeshifter spell completes you. Hazra.
Yes.
You're the final.
I'll start with the ordinary ones first. So combat is currently 108.
Nice.
I'm going to do 1 into that. Close yet so far. So it's going to be 109 now.
Yeah.
So endurance is 87. Oh, why couldn't you be the other way? So that's now 88. Right, I want to improve my Brotherhood of Man passion.
Yeah.
Which is my Brotherhood.
Yeah, so that's exactly the same.
It's at 53, so...
Okay.
Oh, nice.
That goes up by 1d4 plus 1.
You know, one of these by one of those. Get rid of that one and that one. A 5.
Nice.
So plus 5 puts it to 58. Plus 5 equals 50. There we go. Inside is 28. And I'd like to do 27.
Oh,
Cowbells. It's now 29. Trance. I've been on the night time. I've been trying to put myself into a trance and
Yeah.
trying to see what's happening. So I'm going to do that twice. It's currently at 20.
yeah.
Okay. It's now
Nice.
25. Pen disappeared. So 25.
Is that
there. So
5
it's now,
rolls gone?
Yep.
1, 2,
So it's now 25. No, that's hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So
Yeah.
6 is the same one again. Oh, 17. So it's now 26. That was pant. Drive. Drive is something he's driven on Brutus and
Yeah.
the cart. It's only at 35. I'm surprised we've made it here. It's now 36.
Oh, you are so
There we go.
unlucky.
I know. Oh, excuse me. Right, my last 3 points I'd like to do with my contact of the Dryads.
Yeah.
So the Dryads be a contact. It's a natural thing for me because with them saying they know of the Brotherhood, I'd like to hopefully be like a liaison or
Yeah.
if possible, and just learn from them and maybe pass on knowledge from them and vice versa.
Okay, so what you'll have therefore is a passion for them. So it sort of like links to your.
Yeah, I put friend of the Dryads.
Yes, that's absolutely perfect. Let me
What would
just see what it starts off with. An organization, a race or species. 30 plus your power multiplied by 2.
Ooh. Well, this one at 16.
So what's that? Is that 46?
What, 30 plus my power times 2?
Yeah.
Yeah. In the real life, sorry, 30 plus my power.
30. Yeah. So what's
30,
your power?
In the real life, it's 14. It's 7, so it's going to be 14.
A 14
so
plus
me,
30.
Yeah.
So that would be what?
44.
44.
Do nice to know.
Nice.
Start to the day.
And that's everybody.
Tentative beginning, yes.
Yeah, everybody done and dusted. Fantastic. So which brings us dead on time as well, just going up to 10 o'clock. So I'll see how I go, but we might not be able to play next week, depending whether or not I get the next adventure sorted out. but then we can play if I get an idea. Well, I've got an idea. It's whether or not I can use it. Well, not use it, flush it out. I've just got a monster at the moment, and that's it.
Is it literally going to be Captain Kangaroo running up to what's her face, and the little bluebird, and going, "I'm a phoenix. I'm a human.
Yeah.
I'm a phoenix.
And do you want to know what?
Look what I can do.
Yeah.
Because what I was thinking about with it is that there's a whole order of phoenixes.
But none of them.
Well, they must all have it.
Yeah, that's true.
Well,
Can you see?
they have the ability to have it.
Can you see what I mean? So, anybody. I mean, it might be certain people have got it, but if it's a mode of transport as well, I can just see.
Why not have it? Yeah.
Everybody in the Order of Phoenix must have it. You know, it's. I mean, Cyrus is only like an apprentice or something like that.
Well, that's the thing. As I'm brought these specific ones up, I might be able to get higher now.
Yeah.
On the ranking list. Which
So
we'll talk about later.
And that's my only. I was trying to, while I was reading it, I was thinking. So therefore, every person really in the Order of the Phoenix will probably have shape change Phoenix. You know, and that would be it. You know, just like everybody in the Kraken, Order of the Kraken, the Blue Order, they probably will have
Teleport or
they have blink, but they probably also have octopus. Remember, the Blue Order is all about communication. So they will likely to have a bird form, but probably one a lot quicker. You know, like a swift, or you know, a bird of prey or something like that. And then that's how I was just sort of like seeing it, sort of like, and I was trying to think how D&D druids do it in 5th edition, but I think I'm right, is that they don't change into monsters or mythical creatures. I know when Longshanks played his druid, he could change into a bear, you know, rather than a dragon. So I what I'm looking at is that, okay, say for example you ever meet another Red Road renegade wizard, then you know it's going to have shape change phoenix. So anyway, I think it'd be interesting, number one, how often it can be used, and number two, to what effect can it be used? Because
and number three, how long before the copywriters jump on it?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, the only thing that for like specific, like say dragon, for the order of the dragon, for them to prevent them from having the ability to turn into a dragon or a werewolf or something.
Well,
is
yeah,
that
and
there's
that's
constraints on your max intensity. It has to be 3 times your max intensity is the size, and so if it's too huge, only the most strongest wizards or sorcerers will be able to turn into it.
But maybe with things like the Order of the Dragon or that sort of thing, it's more sort of not visually, more internally. Maybe it's the strength of a dragon or the passion, or I don't know.
Yeah,
I can't. I can't see people going, "Oh, I'm Order of the Dragon. I'm going to turn into a dragon." You know.
yeah, I mean, that's what I think. There's because the White Order is the Order of the Dragon, and it's a size of a dragon is normally 50 on average.
Yeah.
And to be fair, how long we've been in this, and how many dragons have we seen? And if you could turn into a dragon, you'd just do it, wouldn't you?
Yeah, just so you can say.
Yeah.
But even the strongest wizards, I couldn't imagine be able to turn into a dragon.
So
if it's size 50,
So
3 times 10 is probably I think a max density would be 10. So I would imagine.
well, your intensity is 1/10 of your invocation skill.
Yeah, if your invocation is 100.
Yeah, but it can go above 100.
Yeah, but it's gonna be tough finding a wizard that has, or a sorcerer that has that power. That much power.
Well, I mean, saying that
depends if he puts points into his charisma,
exactly,
his experience rolls, and get more.
Because Gulliver's intensity. Well, his invocation skill was 99, so his intensity at that point is 10. So you could go up to 150, and then it would
3
be
times
15, so double. Is it 3 times?
Yeah, 3 times your max intensity.
So that would be 45, wouldn't it, if it was 15? So if it was 18, 19, then it's going to click that.
Yeah.
So
and again, if you think my combat at the moment is 109, so it won't be long before it's 120.
Yeah. And then anyway, let me I'm interested what Loz will say about it as well, and see what he says. Right, okay then, we will leave it there for tonight. Thank you everybody in the chat who came along and watched the party. Next time I'll tell you whether or not you start in Errwood or Lindo. I think it might be in Errwood to do a bit of adventuring around this area. And Hazard, that would make sense for you as well.
That'd
You know,
yeah, I'll be building a bit of rapport
yeah,
with the players.
exactly. And we can go from there. Okay, thank you so much, everybody who came along to watch us stream tonight. I hope you enjoyed the final of Sleeping Errwood. If you missed any of it, then it will be up on YouTube in a couple of days. Until then, please stay safe, stay healthy, but most importantly, stay positive. And it's goodbye from me, and it's goodbye from them.
Bye.
Yay!
Bye.
Well done. Right, let me